Peace and light, y'all. So, I wanted to just quickly discuss my 20s, right? This video is an ode to everyone in their 20s. And when I say an ode, I mean like I'm just paying homage to this journey, right? Growing up, so many people would tell me, like, just enjoy your 20s. Like, girl, your 20s. Yeah, you 15 right now, but your 20s. You 16 right now, but your 20s. And it would always remind me to, like, enjoy my 20s and, like, hold on to it. And don't be afraid to let it go. But when you're in the midst of it, enjoy it, right? Presently, I'm 27 years old, 27 years old, and I am loving my 20s and I'm enjoying it. And I don't think until the age of 27 that I realized that I'm in my 20s. Like, this is what they were talking about. This is what everybody was telling me to enjoy. This is the journey into womanhood that everyone was, like, warning me about, right? And being in my 20s, I'm able to honestly say, it feels good. And I've learned so much. I've learned so much. So, the purpose of this video is just a few things that I think young women and men should know about the 20s. And feel free to comment what your 20s was like. Let us know what the 20s meant for you and what you learned in your 20s. Give any advice that you feel like other people in their 20s need to know. I'm still reading and learning, so please feel free to share your 20s journey. But my 20s for me, right? I know my nieces are watching. I love them. And my 20s for me, I want to be open and honest about what my 20s has been so that my nieces can see what the journey into womanhood looks like, unapologetically and without secrets and holding back any information. So, my 20s has been a journey of understanding, of overstanding, right? Overstanding. And when I say overstanding, I mean like to read and to research and to observe and to listen and really, really take it in and study. Study the knowledge that I'm being taught. Study the wisdom that's being passed down. My 20s has been a journey of listening to my elders. Listening to my elders. I appreciated my elders when I was young, but in my 20s, I appreciate them even more because I realize many of the lessons that they have taught. And situations come up, and I immediately go back to what my elders said and go back to what my elders taught me. So, my 20s has definitely been a journey of loving and respecting the wisdom that was passed down to my elders. That's one. Another thing about my 20s, learning how to get back up when I fall. Falling is inevitable. It's inevitable. We're all going to fall down sometime in life, right? We're all going to experience failure, as some people call it. I don't like the word failure. I don't call it failure. I don't feel like my experiences have been failure. They all been lessons. I love the saying, there's no losses, there's only lessons, because I truly believe that's true. And I've learned so much from this journey of failure, right? Of losses. In my early 20s, I was still wilding, okay? like I was still wilding out. And when I say wilding out, I mean like I was in college, when I turned 20 years old, I was in college. But I definitely still had like a very hood mentality, and I was still hustling and doing what I had to do. And yeah, a lot of things happened because of that mentality, and I learned from it. 20 years old was the moment that I decided that I needed to focus more on school and like remove the street mentality from my goals and where I was trying to go, because that mentality that I had was not helpful for my path and my journey along the way. There was a lot of flaws and a lot of errors in what I was taught growing up, and I had to unlearn a lot of that toxic information, right? So yeah, that's how I would describe my early 20s. Like 2021 was unlearning toxic information that had been passed down. And that's like the biggest advice that I can give. Your 20s is the age of understanding the world as is, and understanding the universe as is, and understanding God as is, right? And unlearning a lot of the things that you were taught, because some of those things are simply what somebody else believed. Not what they knew for sure, but what they believed or what they thought, right? So the thing about your early 20s is unlearning a lot of that toxicity and then finding out or discovering what you know for sure. So my early 20s was a lot of unlearning and unpacking trauma and unpacking toxic information and then going into the journey of discovering what I know for sure. And that's what the rest of my 20s has been, discovering what I know for sure, right? Um, Another thing about my 20s is enjoying every moment, right? Enjoying every moment of my 20s, from the partying to the lessons to the failures, enjoying every moment of it and being sure that it's taking me where I should be. Oftentimes, I think, especially in our 20s, we stress on where we think we should be, right? The 20s, some people like secure the bag, get the money, get the bread, da 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 da. And yes, all of that, it's true. You do need to secure the bag. But I did a video before about how securing the bag to me is knowing and understanding your purpose. If you are able to do that in your 20s, you have lived your 20s well, right? Find out what your purpose is and discover that thing that makes you go, that thing that brings healing to you, that thing that brings light and joy and peace to you. Find out what that thing is for you and then do it, right? That is the importance of the 20s for me. So yes, secure the bag in that way. But enjoy it. Enjoy the journey to securing the bag, right? Enjoy those oodles and noodles moments, okay? Shout out to Meek Mill. Enjoy those oodles and noodles moments, right? Enjoy those moments where you may feel or think that you don't have enough, but you actually do. Enjoy the hustle, right? Enjoy that drive, that grind, that thing, that mentality that switches, that say, let's get it. Enjoy that, right? Channel that energy, and be proud of yourself for having that. If you haven't, if you don't, get it, but yeah, secure the bag of purpose. That's what the 20s is about, definitely. Love. Love unapologetically. Do not be afraid to have your heart broken. Do not be afraid to get hurt. Do not be afraid to be foolish. That is a lesson that I am still learning. I always said one of my biggest fears was being a fool in love, okay? And because of that, I recognize how I have blocked a lot of opportunities to be loved. So be fearless with love. Be fearless. Don't be afraid of being a fool. Don't be afraid of falling too deeply. Don't be afraid. Just love fearlessly and unapologetically. Just love. And my last thing I would say for my 20s is to take care of yourself. Put yourself first. If I had to say anything about my 20s, that'll be one of the biggest things, is learning to put myself first and take care of myself no matter what, right? Self-care can look like meditation. It can look like yoga. It can look like sitting by your damn self and having a glass of wine and just filtering through your thoughts, right? But take care of yourself and be unapologetic about that. Have some me time, right? And also be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself with your words and with your criticism and your opinions of who you are. Be kind to yourself, okay? Don't hurt yourself with negative language. Use positive language for yourself. It's okay to be self-reflective and to think about what you could do better. But when you're thinking about what you could do better, also think about the fact that you're doing well because you're existing and you're here, right? And you're breathing and you're thinking about what you should do better. So that means right there, you're doing well. So use positive language. I have the ability to. I am. A lot of I am statements. Remove not from your language. Removing not from your language is very healthy and very helpful, because that's when you learn to remove those like, I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to do that. Instead of talking about what you're not going to do, talk about what you will do. Instead of talking about who you aren't, talk about who you are. Speak positive light language into yourself. I am great. I am well. I am peace. I am prosperity. I am positivity. Speak positive language to yourself. Okay, and enjoy it. Enjoy the 20s, y'all. Enjoy it. I'm 27. I got 3 years left in this game, okay? In this 20s game, 20s game. Not in the game, period. I'm still in the game. But in the 20s game, I got 3 years left. Enjoy your 20s and live it up. Peace and light, y'all. Peace and light.